Okay, so let me set up the project, and I organize my file into week 6. Here we go. And so this is what we will be model. Let me also bring up the image because it's really hard to see. So that's the image on there. So now today this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna add a little detail on the ceiling. Let me turn this.
I hate to interrupt. Could you share your screen?
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Forgot. Here we go. So this is what we're gonna build today. The ceiling, the wall, punch the hole for the door. Moving by accident, and the floor. And I still have the blocking, and I add a little stuff in there. I delete something by accident. Okay, so and I gonna another thing is I did a little adjustment on my camera. So basically I just rotated a little more until it's it fit a little better, and that's what I did. So I decided to do a little adjustment because I'm afraid that if I don't, it's gonna be offset too much. Like it's already a little bit offset there. Let's see. Okay. All right. So that's what I did. Now let me delete what I have here. We're gonna start it to do it together. Oh, by the way, the blind is separate object. Can you see? Because when you set up the lights based on the photograph, there's a light coming through the blind, and the top of the blind is kind of it's like big window. And there's a hallway. We call the aisle to walk, and there's a big window on the building outside. So that's what we need to do. When you set up the lights, it will look really close to these images. Image. Okay, so I'm gonna delete these things. Oh, hold on. What did I do? Okay. I don't want to delete the camera. I did delete the camera. Why? One moment. Here we go. I select the camera by accident. Okay. What? Blind group. One moment. Let me set up correctly. The camera. Okay, still there. Okay, so, and this is what I have. So I'd like you to put the blocking object into its own layers. Put them into their own layer. It's called blocking layer. And just in case we may need some of it later. And right now for the floor, let's duplicate that also. Control D. And after you duplicate it, right click and choose remove selected object. And then you can hide blocking so that you can see only the floor. Something like this. Now, based on the photograph, today what we're going to talk about is how we lay out the topology so that enable us to do like extrude, cut, trim, and like for example on the ceiling we can extrude, but in order to extrude different level like this, we need to have enough segment and the layout that allow us to do so. So we'll talk about that. And now for the floor, as you'll see, there's no indentation, low and high level. It's just flat, plain. So in this case, we do not really need all of these segments. Now, if you don't keep the backup, you could just use the blocking to get started. So now we can remove some of this area, and might be a good idea just for your own reference. We could keep some line to indicate the location of the element there. Like for example, if I right click and choose edge, if I double click on this line, can you see? That line is kind of meet there. I mean, if you like, you can have them. So, but to be honest with you, is because we have the image, we don't really need it. How about this? We're gonna do it only on the side, this side. Okay, so in this case, if you shift double click, if you look at on your perspective view, just go ahead, shift double click all of those lines, and you're gonna delete them because we don't need more geometry. This will save us some. And now under display, heads up display polycount, so that you can see I6 select 182 edges, and that is 200 triangle. I can remove those triangle by just right click, delete edges. So now it's only 2 triangle, which is lighter. So we get the floor, and I have the name floor poly 1 because I have the blocking also the other object inside. Now delete history, Alt Shift D, shortcut, oops, Alt Shift D, and freeze transform so that this looks much better. We wanted to reinitial the transformation. In this way, in the future, I just want you to get used to it, because in the future, when you do more like an object, like a building a car, the truck for the final project, we're going to create a lot of modules and then compose them into a single truck. However, when we duplicate the object that carry these volumes, sometimes it may give you a distorted when you try to rotate them, the new object that you duplicate or transform them something. And it's just because it carried these volumes. So under modify freeze it, freeze transformation, so nice and clean. Okay. And I create another layers called meshes layers, or you can call like poly layers or something like that. You can just go to new, create layer from selected. If you select, if you don't select, just create a layer, empty layers, and then you select the object, right click on the new layers that you create, and just add selected object. Here we go. So that you can hide them or template it as need. So now we're gonna grab the wall on this side. So enable blocking layers, select that, and Control D, duplicate it, and then right click on the mesh layer, and then you could add selected object. Let me rename that, just mesh or polygon. Just for my organize. Okay, so now you have this. When you hide blocking layers, can you see everything else go away except for these two objects? Now, let's figure it out, the line that we should keep. I think if I double click on this, I want that line to indicate that label right there and here. Two lines that I want to keep. And actually you can keep one line that indicate the bottom of the cabinet or something like that. So now to do that, I'm gonna turn on move to, here we go, and I'm gonna move on. If you look at on my perspective, I move on Z direction, and you see, so I'm gonna have to look at on this view, expand it. So I move it, that will be, here we go. Can you see that line right here? I just wanted to use for indication. Here we go. Okay. And the top line, I'm going to move it down until it hit to this section here. Right here. It's for me as a guide. Right here. There you go. And actually, two more lines there. Let's move this line down more right here. And one more right there. And then the last line that I wanted to keep, one here. Indicate that the ending, the beginning of the blinds, the blind object. So mine is that one. I can see it right here. Oh, let me look at on the actual image. It's right there. I think, hold on. Let me enable the image plane, alpha gain. Oh, alpha gain is already 1, maybe 1.5. No. I can't. It's already light, too light. I thought that I could increase a little more, but I can't. Okay, so gonna have to use eyeballing it. Right click. I think that close enough. So the rest of them I can delete it. I'm gonna double click. Oh, shoot. Oh, come on. Here we go. Just shift right mouse click, delete. And if I want, I can do this too. I can move this line right the end, right there. It's just to indication, for indication. And the rest of them, I'm gonna just delete it. There we go. And that one I don't need. Here we go. Because I just want to see right there. That's all. Okay. So it will look like this. Now on the other side, we're gonna do really similar right here. So enable, select, enable the blocking layer, select this wall, Control D, and then right click on polygon layers and add the new object into there. Then you can turn off the blocking layers. Now on this scene, this object, this is what you're gonna do. We're gonna have to indicate the line for the height and the width of the door so that we can punch the hole. So I'm going to move this up and use the outer, not the inner, right here. Right here, use this part, outer, not the inner. Okay, and this door are slide door. I can see it's a glass door. Well, I don't really know. Oh no, it's not slide. It's hinge door. It's a glass door. Here we go. So, and the height of the ceiling is go up. This might be hard to see, but I can see the line right there. Oh no, not there. To be honest with you, I can't really see it. But somewhere there, the line. Maybe we have to check. Oh no, there's no line. They are connecting. So it's really, okay, so I got it. Right there. So this one can go away. This one can go away. This can go away. Look like this. Now, oh, this one also, delete it. Here we go. And obviously, this section would go away right here. We don't need any one of this. Here we go. And also, there's no line here that we need to keep, right? We maybe keep one of it for indicate the ending right here, the ending of it. So I think that one is correct. I'm gonna move it backward a little bit, right there. Like, here we go. And hey guys, one more thing. I think I pressed 3 by accident because can you see when I move one edges, the second and the neighbor edge are moving. That's because it's create a continuity. So I am on 3. I have to put 1. Here we go. I press 1 on my keyboard. Now can you see the neighbor doesn't move because on 3 is smooth. That's what it is. And it just try to show you the how it affect the neighbor. So I move that line a little bit backward. Here we go. I'm just looking at right there to meet the edge of that floor. Oh, hold on. I was wrong. It's right here. These lines that right there. Mine is a little off. I think I need to move this backward. Move this wall back a little bit. Can you see it doesn't oh, it does. Never mind. Because these are a little bigger. Okay. Because I wanted to create a hallway. So let me grab this section. This edge, extend a little bit. That will be a hallway. And this is the bottom of the wall. Sometimes, you know, you may get confused like I am. Gonna delete that. There we go. Okay. So that's the hallway. And actually, we will have to extend this forward also. You see? So extend it. The reason is because we're going to put the lights on there, and the light need to bounce that surface into the room. And I could even extend this part. Oops, subtract. Make sure. Extend a little bit. Here we go. Don't get confused. The end of the room lies right here, meet there. That's the wall. So now, not yet, I forgot. We need to remove. So let me see. How did I miss? Oh, yeah. I'm not done with the door yet. This part need to move backward right here because that's the edge of the door. And then the top part, move it down until it hit right this section. So basically I prepared the line, one line vertical, second vertical, and one horizontal, this area. So if I write it, oh no, I shouldn't do that, cancel, too much work. Here we go. So like this. So now if I select these face, it looked like this. Oh, I accidental delete, did not complete delete and move. Let me undo quick. Here we go. Oops. I want that. See, I make a mistake right here. I'm gonna have to delete that. Okay. So now this guy, this one I don't need, delete it. This guy, gonna move it closer. Right there. Seems like the door is too small. Look. Oh, wait, no. I just didn't move this down yet. See, move it down right there. Here we go. See, right there is. The rest of them can go away. I use selection tool to delete. Here we go. So nice and clean. Now this section we're gonna extrude. So shift right mouse click, extrude, and then push inward. You will get something like this. Now the thickness, just look at on the actual picture. So it's right there. Here we go. Okay. And after you extrude it, we can get rid of the face on the bottom. And it look like this. Now this section, we can extract and use that as a door. So shift right mouse click and choose extract face. And you don't have to move it. Just separate. After you extract, I did not extract. Here we go. I thought it was working, but and then just right click, choose object, so that now we need to change the pivot point. I want the pivot point to be on the corner. So modify center pivot first, so that easy to move, and then press D, hold V and grab the center and let it snap to the corner. One of the corner, doesn't matter which one. I do this way. Can you see? I can, if I need to open or animate it, I could. Here we go. So now select the face, extrude it. You can hold shift and then just extrude. And if you look at on my side, here we go. So now I extrude, go to object mode, and I move it backward. Can you see? Now look. Let me undo quick. Undo move, sorry. Here we go. So right now when we extract, Maya set the initial location to 0. These are a relative information, because relative to the center of the world is right there. Okay. So we're gonna turn off. Now because I extrude and push backward, that's why I get that black color. So undo quick. When you extrude, push it up. You can hold shift key to extrude, push it backward, so that all sides are black color front face. And then I go to object mode and I'm gonna move it back. Here we go. So now on the back side, I had, It's happened when we extrude the single phase. It's doesn't this version. It started like I think early 2019 that started to do that. In the past, when you extrude a single phase, it will create a complete set. This one is complete, but one of them are backward. So I'm gonna select this, go to display, and reverse. So now it's correct. Here we go. And you can do it thick. Now, we don't really have to punch the hole like this because we don't really see it. So we could just leave it like solid. Come on. Right here. Can you see? We don't need to build the handle neither on this part. So that's the door. Okay, save your file. I'm gonna save as, I'm gonna call number two. Let me add SP2021. How about that? Here we go. So the next, go to blocking, grab the now the wall. Actually, if you look at on the photograph, there's a glass wall, glass window, and can you see that's the trim of the glass, and then the blind. Now we don't need to create the glass. We could create a trim like this and then the blind in front of it. Just to save time, because if you create a glass, you need to use glass material. And for glass materials, in order to transmit the lights inside the room, so it's gonna take longer if you build actual glass texture. So we're gonna just have an empty, like nothing on the wall. So what I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna still duplicate this wall and make this part right there. So duplicate it, assign it to the polygon layers and turn off blocking, so it will look like this. And I could delete some phases. Here we go. And then these line, we do not need it. Here we go. Make it cleaner. Here we go. And I'm gonna, I have to use command. Here we go. Now move that down. So that is that part. Here we go. And we need a little thickness here. So you can go to object mode, extrude it, and let's see if this is work better than extrude a single phase. And doesn't need to be too thick. We can't really see it anyway on the back. Oh, here we go. So hey guys, to extrude single phase would be better if extrude on the object mode, so that we don't have to deal with the now my wall are floating. Let me turn this off. So that need to come down, that edges on the bottom. Let me subtract. I'm gonna have to, here we go. You can just put it overlap, it's fine, because it's gonna look okay right here. There we go. So now I can switch these back. There we go, look like that. And make sure face transform. This one I'm gonna call a wall trim. I think it's called trim. I'm not sure. Probably. Here we go. Feeds transform, delete history, edit, delete by type, history, modify, feeds transform, and save your file. So the next thing we're gonna build the blind, and the blind is basically just a thin box, right here, thin box. So it started from here to there. Now the width, just create visually match, doesn't have to be perfect. So what I'm gonna use a cube. Started with cube, and on the cube you're gonna change the pivot point. Press 4, press D, and change to the bottom. Hold V, bottom vertex, just one of the vertex there. And press D to finish. Now I can thin this. Thin it. And relocate it. There we go. This one will be in front of the trim. You can press F to frame selection so that you can rotate and change the camera pivot to the selection area. And I'm gonna make it floating on the floor a little bit. We're gonna mimic this. Here we go, and give a little space. Now, the space, can you test rotate? It should look like this, because later on we're gonna rotate the by. Go. Right now, don't rotate yet. So now, I'm gonna move that right close to the wall, to the side wall. And what about the width of it? And I can see, there we go. Oh man, I think I offset my, I need to make adjustment right here. This wall and the door are incorrect. How did I do that? Oh, hey guys, I moved the camera by accident. Man. My camera doesn't match. I forgot to lock my camera. Well, one moment. Let me fix this quick. So don't do anything yet. Let's see if I can undo view change. When did I move my camera?
I think it may have been whenever you extended the bottom of that right wall.
Right. However, hold on. If I do this. No, I actually moved my wall. How did I move my wall? Can you see my original? Yep, I moved my wall. Okay, well, I could just move it back. Let's grab the, let's reference that. Let me move that back right there. Just a little bit of it. How did I didn't even recall that I moved the wall. Here we go. But I did. And this side wall is good because I have, on the left side it's fine because these hold on, because of that, that's correct. Okay, so that's it. So at this point I'm gonna grab that and I'm gonna move it right there. Okay, so what I did is just this right here. And I give a little, you could give a little space there, right here, between the edge of the right side of the wall. And now I'm gonna scale it longer. And you need to watch. I forgot we should do the ceiling because it will be easier to figure it out. Oh, right here. I can see a little line there, but let's bring the ceiling. We prepared this already. It looked like that at the moment. You see? So before we duplicate this, let's do the ceiling, because if it's too low, if we already duplicate, we're going to have to adjust multiple objects. So let's do this first. Select that ceiling, duplicate it, and right-click, add that object into polygon layers. So now it looks like this. And let's check. Oh, perfect. So a little higher. Just need a little higher. Maybe my ceiling is a little too tall. I mean, from that images, let's check. You guys control space bar to go to expert mode. Expert mode is this mode. It's without any toolbox. Let me check, see if it does the edge. So I think this could be a little higher. Come on. Oh, too high. Here we go. Hey guys, if you can't scale, might be faster by moving. Turn on vertices and move instead. Here we go. I don't know, is there any trim on the top at all? No. It's kind of almost touch. Okay. I think this is good. So now we can duplicate this. I don't know if the size will be correct, but we'll see. So, hey guys, this is a little trick. Don't do anything yet, just watch. So, this operation is called edit duplicate with transform. However, there's a little trick here. I got to face transform first. Nice and clean. Control Alt Shift D to delete history. So now, just watch. In order to be able to use this command, what Maya does is this. When I go to edit, duplicate, and then I move, just one move. One move is mean if I move and let go, and then I move again, become second move. Now, sometimes Maya will not be able to record the move, because there are two moves in the prior to add these command, with transform. So if it doesn't work, you're gonna have to undo and reduplicate it. So if I control D again, and then I move it, and then I just eyeballing check the space, just that's it, let go. One move, set -1 point something. And then if I do edit, duplicate with transform, can you see? It's duplicated. So now I can use shortcut, Control Shift D, Control Shift and D. Now, it doesn't work. Can you see? It duplicate on top of each other. It happens sometime. So in this case, I'm gonna delete all again. And I'm gonna delete this. Let's try again. Control D to duplicate, move, and then Control Shift D. Doesn't work. It just, sometimes it does that. Come on. hold on. Okay. Control duplicate and move. See, the first time it worked. Edit. Here we go. And then now I can do Control Shift D. What? I can't use command. It just, I think the reason that my command doesn't work, shortcut doesn't work, because I think because of Zoom has another things on it, because it happened to me with some other function. Well, I'm gonna have to delete again. Let's tear this menu off. Might be easier. And duplicate, move, and now I'm gonna click duplicate duplicate with transform. Oh, hey guys, my bad. I used the wrong command, not Control Shift D, Shift D. I used the wrong command. That command is duplicate spatial. Now, if I Shift D, I should be able to do like this. Here we go. My bad. Shift D, not Control Shift D. That's it. I have a little gap there. Well, what I should do is I should move the whole thing together. Here we go. So that it has a similar gap on left and right. That's good enough. Here we go. And freeze transform again. Now turn on rotate 2 and then rotate on y-axis all at once. Can you see? You can open blind or close blind. I'm going to open a little bit. You can zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to undo and do it again because some of you probably not follow yet. And let me do it again one more time. So now we can do together now. I'm going to delete. Okay. So Control D, turn on move to, and then just move. Give a little space. And then use duplicate with transform or Shift D. And just keep going. And I delete the trim by accident. You can go ahead, continue it. And I'm gonna undo quick because I want my trim back. I don't want to rebuild again. I am undoing. There we go. Let me subtract that. Okay, I need that. So Control D one more time. Shift D now. Yeah. I need a little drink. And then now I'm gonna have to make a little adjustment. Move it backward a little bit. Here we go. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna delete one of them because mine is printed. Can you? I don't know if you see it right there. And I'm gonna leave a little open. I think my gap is too wide compared to the first time I did, but it's okay. So now I'm gonna rotate the blind. What my selection is. There we go. I select something else with it. Here we go. Okay. So Freeze transform after you duplicate it, and then go ahead, rotate all of them at once. I'm missing one right there. Here we go. And oh, I forgot to freeze transform this guy. Let me copy that back. Need to be a little more picky about transformation. I can freeze only translate. I want to keep the rotate number on it so that they synchronize with the other. So now we're done with the blind. The next thing we're gonna do though, save your file, this section right there. We're gonna prepare this. And now the circle lights, you're gonna create a separate object. This section, separate object. Right here too. Now, I would let you, you don't need to build this one. I think it might be too small to see, but these two, you need to. And it's same technique. It's just a little thinner, put on top. This section is just look like you're building blinds right there. Separate piece, but small. And you don't need to punch a hole on the ceiling. Just another object like the cabinet and drawers and such. So now let's prep. We need to prep the layout. So right click on the ceiling and choose edge. So right now, let's take a look. This line can go away right here. Now this line, make sure you move, but move on Z direction. Can you see? So that it meet right on that edge, because we're gonna extrude inside. Now look at on this right here, where is the end. So you might not be able to see on my screen well. So check right here. So that's the edge of it, and then we're gonna extrude this down. So right here, turn on move to. You may not be able to use move right here. I can see the lines, right? Hold on. Let me check. Right here. So let me go back to a regular mode and to view. Let me turn this off. So I'm gonna have to move this. I move on perspective, but my eyes are checking on this view. Let me turn off the fit frame. Camera, just fill. How about camera fit horizontal? Oh, no. Maybe overscan. No. How about just fill? Okay, I want it to be bigger, but can't. So right here, so I move right there. And also I use this image to check. See right there. Here we go. And now what about on the side here? We don't need to care because we can make it penetrated to the left wall. Okay, so now we need the line right here, one level. You see, and then so grab. Let's remove some. This one can go away. This one can go away. The middle one can go away. Delete it. Here we go. So now right here. Okay. Nope. And I'm gonna move the line because we want this line to be prepared for the inside there. Can you see? Here we go. So gonna move right here. Now this one move wider. So right here, can you see that one? Okay. And it's gonna punch deeper. So I'm gonna meet right here. One there. And I'm looking at, hey guys, how about this? Just delete it because you're gonna get confused. So let's just do only what we need first. How about we could even remove this? No, just leave it there. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. And we don't need that one neither here too. Okay, so let's remove this and then we're gonna split them later because I just afraid that if I keep making a plan right now, you get confused. So I'm gonna delete all, just leave it only what we need. Okay, so let me delete this also and then we're gonna create a new one. Let's make it nice and clean. Okay, something like this. Can you see right here? And then I'm gonna select this face, extrude it, and I'm gonna push backward like this. And how deep, look at on the image right there. See that line? Now, you can switch to move to now. And right, I'm gonna zoom in really close. I'm gonna move it. And can you see? Here we go. So that's one level. Now, if I turn this on, it looks like this. See that? That's one level. Save. Now we need to prep. So this line, oops, select the right one. So we're gonna multi-cut, hold Control key, and then just cut right there, that level. Here we go. And another one here. See what I did is I cut the line that go along here, there, so that we can extrude more. Let me check, see if it fit. Here we go. Come on. Okay. I am still on cut to. Oh, come on. Switch to Q. Here we go. Okay. So let's see if I did it right. I think I need to slide it a little, move it backward a little further. Right there. Here we go. Okay. So now it looks like this. So the next thing is, and this is cut all the way. We can't really see it on the back side here at all. And this section, hey guys, right here, can you see that one? I think it's the air condition. Because if the line levels right here, it should meet right there, not that big. So this is the air condition that kind of come up forward and is has a reflection also, which is not the color matte of the wall. So don't get confused. So we did it correctly. So now we need to extrude one down here. Oh, not yet. We need to limit. There's another line. Multi-cut has to be right there. Need to stop. Oh, no, right here. I was looking at on the wrong spot, right there. Here we go. The reason is, if you look, if I extrude this section, push it up, and how deep, that's the line, right there. Here we go. So that's another level. And if you look, it will look like this. Can you see? Save. So now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to split the line to stop right here so that we can extrude. And hey guys, this is not the edge of the ceiling. The edge of the ceiling on the indent is quite far. These are a shadow from this edge, I believe. Or even that side, I'm not sure. See, there's a shadow, so a little confused there. So we could make it high right around here. We can use that because it's hard to tell, but it's there. Okay, that's the level. So after you extrude, multi-cut again, hold shift, right mouse click, and we're going to cut. Let me deselect quick so that you won't get confused. Here we go, multi-cut, and we cut right here, hold control, and we're going to cut, come on, pick on the edge. Might be hard to pick. I wanted to cut the line. Here we go. Hey. Oh, hey guys, let me check. I want to cut like this, horizontal like that. It doesn't let me do it on the side somehow. Weird. Okay, so sometimes if it doesn't let you do it on perspective, on that camera view, you might need to focus on this view. And if it doesn't let you do the horizontal, you need to zoom out a little and try to use the border edge. Now, I think the reason that do that because when we extrude, can you see? Let's kill this face, these faces. Here we go. Let's open it up. I think that might be probably a part of the problem of I can't do a multi-cut across. So right here too, it's just because of it could be non-manifold. I mean, it's not non-manifold, but it could be if we extrude upward the whole thing. So it's need to have the edge open, not like a concave. See, it's open like this. If I go to Control 1, it should look like this. These are, take it out, take out the surface on there, let the edge level in flat plane. So now, I'm going to Control 1. I think that what the cause. So if I try it again, multi-cut, now I can do it on the middle. Can you see? It's just because of that edges, those faces. So now I should be able to, I still can't do on that. So I have to really do it right here. So move it right. Well, just cut it first and then let's manually move the edge. If it's too hard to, don't sweat yourself like I do. Here we go. So now I can move, stop right there. Here we go. And then I can grab these phases right here, extrude, and then I'm going to push up again. And I think it's right there. So just eyeballing it is like that height from here. And okay, so now for the lights on there, we can do it. Actually, let's do it. Why not? So now extrude again. And this time I like you to do offset. right here. Just offset, how about 15? No, let's do 50. So it's a little smaller like that. Let's do more until the edge kind of meet right there. You can just, here we go, using slider. Here we go. Okay. And supposed to be in the middle, but it seems not. No big deal. I can grab that line, just only that line. Turn on move to, and then just move inward. Grab this line and move forward. Here we go. So now we look like this, the light. And you don't need to care about this section, like how long it is, because we don't see it. And extrude one more. Extrude, and then just push up so that it has a little edges. Here we go. So that you can fake light on there. Here we go. And you can add another surface, like really thin surface, to put a different shader on it and things like that, but we don't need to. Okay, so, and now get rid of this face again, right here. Delete. For face, you can delete by hand. Delete without using command. So here we go. So now this is how it looks. Here we go. So we got all of that. What time is it? So that's it for today, because I'll let you kind of breathe a little bit. I think we did a good progress, because I moved the door backward. I moved the wall backward, but I didn't move the door. So I got to move the door. Here we go. And my drawer is too floaty. Here we go. Oh. Let me move backward again. And I'm going to have to move it down a little bit. Here we go. And then scale it up. It's a little too low. Here we go. Ponytail a little bit is okay, because we don't really see it clearly on that side. Okay. So that's it. Any questions, guys? And this part of the ceiling, actually, let's extend a little bit then, so that it's kind of a, matching with the hallway. And I think my hallway might be too far. Well, that's okay. Let's do it like that. Here we go. Okay. And this section, once again, guys, the size of the object is not the resolution. The resolution is the number of the topology. So it means larger or smaller doesn't affect rendering time. So now I'm going to select all of them, Alt-Shift-D. There we go. And all of these, ceiling and wall, I will freeze transform. That one's too. Here we go. Let's reset that. Here we go. Press G to repeat the command if you didn't freeze transform correctly. Here we go. And that's it. Save. And next section, we will start to build the share. And I'm gonna also the box. Now this part I will show you only building this section. The rest of them you use the same technique to build. Okay. And hold on. I'll help you to build this coulter because coulter has a variation of the size of the door and the size of the handle. And this section you build on your own, this you build on your own. And the trash can, I'll build the trash can, one trash can with you. And you build on those by your own. But the chair will build together. And dental chair too. And the office chair, the rest of this we build together. And for the dental tools, I will build only one with you. The rest of them you build on your own because when you know the technique, you should be able to do on your own. Okay. Any questions, guys? So let's save this and that's it for today. I'll check roll and you're welcome to stay or to go.